Barb Johnson. So I think, as folks know, Barb is a long and distinguished track record of public service. She's a member, has been a member of the Minneapolis City Council. So, including serving as the City Council President. She's also currently a representative on the PERA board, appointed by the governor of the state to represent the interests of cities. From throughout my career, know that she's been heavily involved in pensions, both as an administrator, but also as somebody who comes from a long line of public employees and understands the value of public pensions. So with that, maybe turn it over to Barb for a little discussion.
Well, I don't know, when you listen to YouTube, it works.
Say Marv, can you hear me?
I don't know.
Marv Holton?
And this is why we were.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you. We're gonna
Okay.
try and mute Marv. I don't know. I think Molly or somebody needs to mute him.
Okay,
Could do that. And so why don't you go ahead?
should I go ahead? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Dave, for the great introduction. I, as Dave said, served on the City Council in Minneapolis for 20 years, and I was council president for 12 years, actually the longest serving council president in Minneapolis's history up to this point. I was appointed by Governor Dayton to represent cities in 2017 to the PERA board, and then reappointed by Governor Walz in 2021. I would tell you that I'm the daughter of a Minneapolis firefighter, and he died at age 39. And I would use that information in, my request to the governor to be appointed and then be reappointed, because I really felt like I had an appreciation for how important a pension is to a family and to, our retirees. I always was a believer in particular with the city employees that I worked with, that they provided remarkable service to the city. And so to be able to be on this PERA board, looking after their pensions for both the retirees and people who are currently working for the city is really a great honor. And so I've enjoyed my service on PERA. I did work during my time on the City Council in the merger of MRF, a Minneapolis Employees Retirement Fund, into PERA, and then also Minneapolis Police and Fire through state legislation merging into PERA. And, I think of particular concern right now, I think at the top of everybody's agenda is the concern over rising inflation, and how that affects the COLA, which is capped in our funds. And I just was shocked, I think, as most people were, when the Social Security administration came out with their recommendation for their COLA for next year at the I think it's 5.8. It was a shocker. And I really think that, we need to pay attention to that to continue to have our pension system be adequate protection for our retirees. And so that's kind of top on my agenda right now. PERA has been, and Doug will tell you about that, our funding levels are really quite robust, and we are very proud of that. It's been through a lot of hard work and cooperation over the years with the legislature to be able to get us on this very remarkable footing. When you read some of the information about other states and the challenges they have with their pension system, it tells us that we have really worked hard with our staff and with our legislators and with our current employees and retirees to get our pensions on a sustainable and satisfactory trajectory, and they really are. The latest thing that the PERA board did was to recommend to the Legislative Commission on Pensions to reduce the expected rate of return on the pension funds, which of course impacts the funding levels. And it was recommended by our actuary that we would go down to 6.5 in the expected rate of return, 6.5%. But I was skeptical of that. I thought that was really a big jump, and I had proposed to go down to 7. We're at 7.5 now. It didn't prevail, but I'm going to be watching this because I think that is a challenge for us. We have a remarkable, again, rate of return, extraordinary work on the State Board of Investment has really put us in a good position. So those are the things I think that I'm going to be the most interested in. Doug will tell you that we have an opportunity to work with our actuary to look at some changes if people are interested in our program, to have our actuaries actually do the paperwork, do the mathematics that would be required to estimate a change in some of the factors in our funding levels. So I'll wait for people's questions, and just again, thank you for the opportunity to speak today. And it's been a really wonderful experience for me to be on the PERA board, and also all the years that I served at the city. I'm very proud of that work. So thank you all very much.
So thank you, Barb, and thank you for that information, and appreciate that all that you're doing to help us, and for your service on the PERA board.